There is an old saying, just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should do it. And after Dan Lanning threw some very massive and also very true shade at Colorado for leaving the Pac-12, you have to ask yourself, how does this help him or Oregon? Now, I want to play the clip. Here's what he said.
Not a big reaction. I mean, I'm trying to remember what they won to affect this conference. I don't remember. Do you remember them winning anything? I don't remember them winning anything.
Now, what he said is exactly right, but what does this accomplish other than piss Colorado off even more when you have to play them in a game that you should win by a lot this year? Now, in the end, it probably doesn't matter, it isn't going to affect the outcome that much, but when you tell your players not to give bulletin board material to other teams, and then you do this, it makes it much harder for that message to get through. You lose a little bit of credibility. Now, I get that he's defending the conference that he coaches in and his team plays in, but giving a team that runs off emotion like Prime's teams typically do another motivating factor to play better than they are, it isn't a smart move. Speaking of smart, say what you want about Kirby, but you won't catch him saying things like this at press conferences, even now when he is running the sport. Now, to quote the poet Lil Wayne, real G's move in silence like lasagna. And all these words can do is come back to bite you in the ass. Now, Lanning is a hell of a coach with a bright future, just signed an extension, and Oregon's going to be really good this year and beyond. But he may want to take a page out of his mentor's playbook and leave the trash talk for the pregame speech. I'm going to bring in my co-host, former Michigan quarterback David Cohn, former Western Colorado wide receiver Blaine Crane. David, I'll start with you today. I love being confident. I like to have a good time. Hell, I'll show up to the party early just so I can have extra time to have fun.
Okay.
But when you're talking to your players and your messaging is, and I know this is what the messaging is from Lanning to his guys, it's not about the opponent. It's about us, right? It's about us getting better each and every week. It doesn't matter the name on the other jersey. We'll handle the schematics when it comes to changing game plans. And then you go out and reach to do this. Two questions. One, how does this help you, which is what the question I think everybody should ask themselves whenever they think about saying something that they're maybe not sure they should say. And then number two, how much credibility do you lose in that locker room when you don't practice what you preach?
Well, how does it help me? It helps me. It reminds me we have college football this month, so that's super exciting. How does it help Dan Lanning? Not that much, even though I don't think it'll have any effect in the locker room.
No, they're going to kill it.
I don't think so. One, he's not wrong. And two, he's not saying anything that Deion Sanders didn't say about the program, to be honest. Deion Sanders came in and said, Colorado has wildly underperformed. That's why I'm here, because it's unacceptable to our fans and to you and to your parents when he was talking to the players. But he was talking to a school he was now affiliated with. Dan Lanning's talking about an opponent. So he's not wrong. I'm sure there is a little bit of bitterness. The school has decided to leave the conference. But a few things here. One, at least he had the guts to say it about a team he plays this year. Because we get true. Oregon, Colorado, week 4, Saturday, September 23rd. You might not have penciled that on your calendar before. Now you're going to. And we haven't even heard Deion Sanders' response to this, which is going to be, let's see what's going to happen with that. And then the second half of it is, might get a little bit awkward if Oregon now leaves the conference, which we're hearing reports, and we're going to talk to Tom Luginbill, that Oregon might be the next one to head out, except they might leave for the Big Ten instead of the Big 12.
Yeah, not only Oregon, Arizona has a
Washington
meeting. I told Blaine that, and he said, that's my bank. Regions.
Yeah, I need to lock it in.
They're talking about you.
Yeah, which means they're gone. You have that board region. That means you're gone, which means, is Arizona State gone now? Is Utah gone now? We're going to talk, like you said, we have Tom Luginbill coming on to discuss everything. If you have a great product and you need a great company to help sell it, you need our friends over at Shopify. David, hit that button that makes that noise.
Hold on, do you really want a Shopify button? Because I have one.
Hit it. Guess what? Surprise. You're rich forever. The all-in-one commerce platform for starting, running, and growing your business. They make it easy to sell to anyone, anywhere. And look, I get asked all the time. It's a lot of guys that are starting podcasts or trying to get in, trying to sell merch and get into it. And there's so much going on, especially when you're an entrepreneur and you're starting it by yourself. And then even when it's growing, even when you have other people, trying to organize everything, right? That's why we're very fortunate to work at the place we work for, because we have people that can help us out. Because again, we're not exactly Steve Jobs when it comes to being technical savants. Now, you more than me and Blaine, but Shopify makes it unbelievably easy and takes a big worry off your plate. You can customize your online store to your brand. You get new customers, build relationships that create diehard fans. They have 24/7 support, free on-demand business courses. And look, they're really here to help you out. I mean, Shopify, it's the move.
Another angle, musicians. Musicians who are trying to set up their merch shops and things like that. I wish I had known about Shopify when I was playing music back in the day. But hey, one more time here for the sound. You got rich.
Then check that bank account. And again, it's peace of mind too. So sign up for $1 per month for a $1 per month trial at shopify.com/crane. That's /crane, CRAIN, helps you out, helps us out, all lowercase. That's Shopify, SHOPIFY.com/crane to start selling online today. Shopify.com/crane. Blaine,
What?
if you're Deion Sanders, how would you respond to this if you're Deion?
There's not much you can do. I'm like, you're right.
Really?
You're not. Yeah. I mean, how can you respond in a way? So no, we're really good. We've done a lot. All right.
I'm not saying that. Like, why do you not? I mean, do you not look at him and say, "Hey, watch your mouth"? Shut your mouth when you're talking about me.
But yeah, you can say that, but then you got to play them, right? And then your players have to back up what you said. And next thing you know, you're down 34 going into the fourth. So it's kind of tough. But if it's Dan, lock it in, bud. What are we doing here? Why are we talking about this? What are we worried about?
Y'all better worry about Texas Tech.
Yeah, I'm worried about blowing a 34-17 lead in the fourth quarter against Oregon State. That's what I'm worried about.
Still mad about that.
Yeah, I'm still mad about it. It's to go to the Pac-12 championship. You win that game. Well, we blew it. But no, I'm going to come out here, not worried about recruiting, making our team better, make sure we're prepared every Saturday. I'm going to go talk about how bad Colorado is.
Go make fun of the fat kid with the glasses.
It's like, look, it's like you're pointing out obvious things that we don't even know. You're right, but who cares? The sky's blue. You don't have to point out obvious stuff. Go say that about Utah, right? Yeah. Go say that about someone you're worried about. Why are we picking on the kid that has a weird walk? Who gimps through the hallways? We love him, all right? He's new. We know that. We'll see what he's about. It's going to take some time. But can we have him trend up a little bit for a second, Dan, and worry about ourselves? But what did Kirby say? I'm sure you can pull up you go to the internet right now and just pull up Kirby Smart sayings. He would say something that would fix this entire problem. Learn from, hey, Dan, why don't you convince your team you're going 7-5 this year?
Yeah.
How about that? That's what the real ones do. Kirby convinced a locker room full of 5 stars, that they're going to lose 5 games. You know how hard that is? Kirby could lead a nation. Like, and same thing, Nick. Well, like right now, if it was Nick Saban, Kirby Smart, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, who you voting for? Oh, I'm run the country.
I'm voting for Saban.
You're voting Saban. Who's second?
Kirby. Yeah.
100%. 100%.
No, look, I don't.
It's just strange from Dan.
I don't think you're wrong. We want to let in the Booster Club right now. Let us know. Do you think because Blaine, I do want to say this. If you're prime though, and you don't say anything, like, aren't you kind of you're letting somebody
silence shows
you're gonna walk in my house and make fun of the wallpaper?
I don't know.
Like when I'm cooking you dinner.
What about the guys you can say whatever, but it doesn't?
But that's where it gets weird though, because this isn't a shot at Deion Sanders.
Yes, it is now though.
But he just got there, and that's my point is that he's the one who clowned Colorado when he came in.
But still, like, I can make fun of my brother. I can make fun of my brother. Somebody else makes fun of my brother. We got a problem.
But how do you say it in a way that says that Dan Lanning is not wrong, but
Here's what I say if I'm Deion Sanders. You ready? All right, remember that camera's rolling? All right. Look, Dan, listen. Number one, got a ton of respect for what you guys are doing over there in Oregon. But don't ever talk about me or my guys again. Okay? Don't you worry about yourself. All right? We're building over here. We're focused on us. Maybe you should be focused on you.
Okay.
And then throwing a subtle shot.
But that's the guy who came in and said, I'm bringing my own Louis luggage. You guys should hit the portal. He's talking about his own guys.
You can never let him know your next move.
Yeah, okay.
You can never let him know your next move.
Also, is lasagna silent?
The G in it is.
Okay.
I've never heard it called lasagna. Okay. Unless it,
yeah, see, here's real quick. First thing, I typed in Kirby Smart. Kirby Smart saying, the first thing I pulled up. What I'm worried about is our team and our players developing and getting better. That's the most important thing.
There it is. Good. Woo! There it is. Guess what?
Say it again.
Next day.
Say it again.
What I'm worried about is our team and our players developing and getting better. That's the most important thing to me right now.
Yeah.
So what if Deion Sanders responded with that?
Great response.
Great response.
I'm fine with it.
Me too.
I'm fine with it. Hey, YouTube, we are very close to 100,000 subs. Thank you so much. Those would be great numbers even in World War II. Help us get there by subscribing, hit that like button, and turn that notification bell on.